lot of thoughts come to your mind, and you take the positive thoughts and have a positive energy and go ahead. And with these few words, I thank you very much, and I request the audience to start the question session. Thank you very much, sir.
Vasan has just said, so to clarify, yes, traditionally we talk of stress in a manner which we are actually referring to what is called distress. See, there is stress, there is something also called eustress. Eustress is a positive stress, and that is needed. And in fact, sometimes, you know, when you have challenging tasks and you give it to your people, they do very well, it's because of the eustress. So positive stress, which is also needed. Normally, when we say stress in the layman's term, most people think of the distress, and that's what I'm referring to. I'm not using it all the time when talking about it. Otherwise, I agree with you that a certain level of stress is important. It's the distress. Certain amount of stress increases productivity, in fact. It's after that when they can't bear the stress and the strain, and that becomes distress, that's when the productivity and the health and everything starts going down. So I'm definitely referring, and I agree with what you're saying, but just to make it simple, you know, yeah, those words were used. Yeah.
You talked about stress and the commitments. And I think you are well aware about the law of attraction. Law of attraction. Can you elaborate a little bit about the law of attraction, because that links with the commitment, that links with the stress. How stress is to be reduced, how commitment is to be increased by way of keeping the mind in peace.
I'm glad you said keeping the mind in peace, because most of the time we find instead of the mind in peace, it is in pieces, right? Often you find when you have to focus on something, you're not able to focus on that with the full mind. The mind is already fractured. So my request is, first, before we get into our entire organization being mindful appropriately, can we make sure that we on a regular basis practice certain techniques to master the mind? One of them is very simple. It's called a technique called Brahmari, and it's a pranayama. Yeah? You know, excuse me, can I just complete the answer? The mind is very subtle. It is difficult to manage and master the mind directly. Now, on the other end of the stick is something called the breath, that is more gross, which we can be aware of. If we learn to master our breath, we can master our mind. And that is why if you go to places like Vipassana, for 10 days they only make you observe your breath. In and out, in and out. And in the process of that observation, you find mastery over the mind. Now we don't have that much time, we don't have, you know, so many possibilities. The only thing you need to do is even 3 times a day, 5 to 7 times, if you can hum like a bee. Example, breathe in. I've done it 3 times. You do this 7 times a day as soon as you get up in the morning, before you go to sleep at night, and you will start seeing that scientifically proven to produce alpha waves in your brain. And as a result of that, there's clarity, there is good decision making, there is better interpersonal relationships, there is less stress and strain, because now you can see things as they are and not as per your perceptions, which are colored. I walk into this room, and if I wear pink colored glasses, everything will look pink. Is the room pink, or my glasses were pink? Can I remove that dust from my mind, that perceptions, the wrong impressions? And if I do that on a regular basis, I start seeing the world as it really is, my people, my organizations, and that becomes the starting point of what we really want to work on. Because all lip service and all talk about this, that and the other will not work. We have to make a start, and we have to encourage other people to make this start. Yeah?
We'll present a memento and a certificate of participation to each of our speakers. Let's have a memento and certificate of participation to Mr. R.S. Singh, Director Personnel, Southeastern Coalfields Limited. And a memento and a certificate for Mr. Nikhil Desai, International Speaker, Motivator and Trainer, the Center for Excellence. Kamleshwar Sharan.